Good morning, it is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market is not open for basically an hour and a half. However, ITCI here, if you're not familiar with my screen, monster movement already, up 83%. And like I said, market doesn't open for essentially an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes to be exact, but already 1.7 million shares. So a lot of eyeballs on this one, and very well could be a opportunity at some pre-market trading. I don't know if that'll take place, but want to get the video rolling. But if nothing does play out, I'll just see you back at the open. Hey, it's Clay, and I'm going to do this a little backwards here as far as live trade videos are concerned, and I'm starting at the end. And the end is I am up over $5,000. Now, unfortunately, I didn't capture all $5,000 on the video, but I did capture a good amount of it, as you saw from the title here. But the learning lesson, and what I want to quickly go over, is don't cut yourself short. Don't leave opportunity on the table. What do I mean? Well, as you'll see in the video, I'm making these comments of, well, I'm up 2,500 and I'm done. I'm going to call it a day. I'm good. And that is where my mindset was. But also to just call myself out, I was very, very wrong. What was I wrong about? Well, this little bugger down here, ITCI, just kept giving more and more valid trade opportunities. Which brings up the learning lesson here. If you tell yourself that you are done, and then you're looking and you see a trade and it meets all your criteria, it meets everything perfectly, then take the trade. Don't let the fact that you told yourself, well, I'm done, cause you to avoid something where it meets all your criteria. Now, this is very, very different than if you tell yourself you're done and then you're looking at a trade and you're saying, well, that kind of works. I suppose I could make that maybe work out. And yeah, I guess I can kind of deal with that. No, that is called forcing a trade. That is called just trading out of boredom. That's called just wanting to potentially lose your money. But if you can look at the chart, if you can look at the trade, if you can look at your criteria and check off all the boxes and say, yeah, that meets everything, then take the trade. And I'm glad I did here, because to think that I could have just stopped at 2,500 and then left over 3,000, on the table for the sake of me just saying, well, no, Clay, you said you were done. But no, everything continued to meet. Like I said, I got this very wrong. This thing just kept giving opportunity after opportunity. And you'll notice that I think that I'm done, and I was very wrong to have thought that I was done, because I had no idea that, this thing was just going to keep on producing those results. So that, like I said, I apologize that I didn't get everything caught on video, but I had no idea that this thing would keep on giving so many tradable opportunities. But just keep that in mind within your trading. If you say you're done, that's fine. But if you do see something that truly does meet everything, then yeah, don't leave opportunity on the table. So let's get to the original video that I released, and you'll see how my early part of the day all played out. I'm going to go ahead here and get some there at 22.97. Looking for a break of 23. Only 500 shares, so nothing big at all. But yeah, let's see if this thing can break up over 23. I will keep an eye on it, but I'm also going to pause it because I'm working on other things right now. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, it's making a move, and out there at 23.25. So there we are for a quick $140, and you can look down here at the timestamp there. So I was in that trade for I don't know, about less than a minute. I'm not that good at math, but in that trade for less than a minute, so $140, I'll take it. Have an order at 24.85 here to get short. Now, got some of the, oh, come on. There we go. So I'm in now 500 shares, 24.85. Going for another 500 shares at 25.25 and 25.45. So let's see what this thing wants to do here. There we go. Pulling back a little bit right now. See if we can get down through 24.75, and it did. All right, well, I just took my gain at 24.78. If you scroll back and watch level twos, you'll see that it over here pulled back on the bid, and it was just sitting there. And once again, so maybe it'll work out now, but last time I got down there, it just would not slip down to that area, and still not sure if I'd have been filled, but all right, now I would have been out. So, oh well. Instead of getting the 30 cents, just got, what was that? Let's see. So $35 on that one. But hey, that's hindsight trading. But I do, like I said, I would be interested up there at 25.45 to start the process over again. So if we can get another breakout, that'd be great. But crazy thing here is it's only 8:22 a.m. So still over an hour before the market actually opens, and I'm already up $175. So that is the power of, you know, a direct access broker and somebody that gives you access to pre-market trading. So yeah, we'll see if it can work its way up to 25.45. All right, well, this is the results of forgetting about orders that you place out there. So I got filled at 25.95 on a short order, and I have been gone away from the computer, and I'm walking back and I'm seeing this right now. So this is a situation where looking like probably going to need to take a loss here. For no other reason other than I forgot I put an order in, which is one of those risks of pre-market when you're working on a bunch of other stuff and then you walk away. But let's see what it wants to actually do here. Curious if it can break down through 26. Whole lot of buyers down there. And pure luck right there. I won't say pure luck. I mean, there's a couple things that I noticed there that gave me a little bit of hope, but luck in the sense of it ultimately did pull back a whole while was away. So, I mean, it moved up and came down here. So definitely luck in the sense that, although I could also argue the other side of things where unlucky because I could have built a bigger position into that move and then had actually quite a bit of a move there in my favor. But either way, like I said, definitely mean luck in regards to forgetting about an entry point and then coming back and actually being able to still score a profit from it. So sometimes that happens. Luck works out in your favor. Excuse me. But like I said, technically speaking, I could have built a bigger position. Had it, into this movement right here, gotten a few more orders, and then this move right here would have rewarded me very, very nicely. But yeah, definitely was not planned necessarily in the way it worked out here. But sometimes that's just how the market works out. But yeah, market opens now officially in 5 minutes. So I'll be starting with $250. All right, I believe there's going to be some profit taking hit in this thing. So I'm going to get short here at 26.14. Pick up some more there. Get some more up there. So let's see if this thing wants to pull back here. See it get down below 27. So there we go. And all out there. So let's see, we're $931 and I'm up $2,400. So like I said, move up. I mean, think about this real quick. I started the video. This thing is up over 100% right now. 100%. People going bonkers. You got all these people chasing. And I'm not saying the price can't go up further, but all these people chasing that first minute. First minute, people getting way too excited, chasing, sipping that Kool-Aid. And I very well may be interested to go long now, but like I said, let the Kool-Aid people get out, pulled back, took advantage of the Kool-Aid, and now I'm up over 2,400. And I may look very stupid here because if this thing continues to pull back, I potentially could have left quite a bit on the table here. But you also have to give credit where credit's due. It is strong, so you don't want to get too fancy with it. But because it's so strong, you know there's a bunch of Kool-Aid people. You know there's a bunch of sheep. You know there's a bunch of people just chasing that price. But that's also why I wasn't expecting this to, drop down to $20 or something, because you have to admit that it was also very strong at the same time. But because it was so strong, that was going to bring in people that were going to chase, and chase they did indeed. So actually, I'm going to just wrap up the day here. 9:32. Granted, I was kind of keeping an eye on it earlier on, but a couple minutes in, up over $2,400. So I'm just going to call it a day. Have an order at $24.25. So was going to get ready to wrap things up, and then things started to pull back here a little bit. So making for a potential final trade, but I'm definitely reducing my size now. So 500 shares, no more 1,500 shares, and that's just a risk management little trick. So there I am in there. Oh wow, how did that even? How fast did it just move? I got filled at 24.90, 24.25, and by the time I moved the cursor over to hit the sell, which was like a second, it moved back up to 24.92. Holy smokes! I'm gonna have to scroll back and watch that. So again, let me just walk you through if you're new. So I had my order out there at 24.25. It got filled, and by the time I could drag my cursor to click right there, the sell button, the price had already moved back up to 24.92, and that's where I got out. So talk about just a split second razor thin move right up there. So that was pretty crazy. And that's what I was looking for though. And just because one of the questions I always get is, Clay, hey Clay, how does your chat room work? Well, let me pull up the alert that I made before the market opened. So I'll just so here was the watch list, though. Of course, nothing revolutionary here. Of course, ITCI was going to be number one on the watch list, but the comment here was ITCI 25 key break at open, and that was a situation where it didn't break at the open. It broke pre-market, which is what you saw, and you saw that big move up to 27. So that was the first entry point where the fellow traders that were able to buy on the $25 break pre-market would have scored very, very nicely. But then the other comment I made later on, and this was right before the market opened, was now talking about flush point. So a flush below 25. Now, I will be fully transparent. Did I expect it to flush that quickly and then snap back up that quickly? No, I had no idea it was going to do that. But the point here was members were well aware of that $25 mark and to keep an eye on it. So I would not have been the only one that could have taken advantage of that flush. So that's just, like I said, a real life example there of how the room works. And real quick, if you do want to join the community and get those sorts of alerts and make money alongside me and other quality traders, just go to claytrader.com/team. And the question there that you need to ask yourself is, the way this works, $99 for 3 months, is do I believe the service can help me make more than $8.25 per week? Not per day, but just per week. So if you believe the service can help you make more than $8.25 per week, then you will get a great return on your investment. So that's pretty much the thought process of how to go above all that. And then also, if you enjoyed this video and you like these live trades and would like for me to keep making them, a couple quick ways to communicate that to me: hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. And little things like that go a long way and let me know that I'm not wasting my time by putting these trade videos together. So like I said, please join me at the community. If you have any questions, let me know on that. Again, you can leave those in the comment section below. But if you just enjoy these live trade videos and would like for me to keep making them, like I said, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and hopefully decide to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.